Hello everybody and welcome back. So I'm going to open up and show you what we are aiming to do. We are doing this, and at the moment we are here. So what we want to do now, we want to grid this hexagon out on the tiling pattern, and there's a little bit work to do with that, but it's it won't take so much time. So what we need to do is to make some kind of offset. So if we take this size, if we go into this one here, so we made this shape in Houdini, and if we look on the size circle here, you see from the center to the far edge here, it's 1. So that's the X offset. And then we have up here, you see, it's not 1 unit up here. It's actually some 0.82 or something. And so we need to have 2 different X and Z offset here. But because we know that the hexagon is 1 unit in the radius, we can work with that information. And here we just do a float. And here we can set size for us. Actually, I'm going to change the size to grid size. And then I'm going to change this to size. We can do hexagon size. And we know it's going to be 1, so we can do it as a default value. So here, if we do the hexagon size, and let's just do a vector 3 here, because we need to set the position. So here we do set the position, and if we just plug that one in here, and then we get the ID, particle ID, and then we just multiply, and we multiply like this. Now you see it kind of, it's not perfect, and I'm going to explain what's happening here. But now you see it's kind of starting to, we have them all in a line at first, yeah. So let's see, if we look a little bit closer, and if we do like this, if we multiply so we get the dimension, and then we multiply with 0.25. So because this is only the radius, but here now we multiply and get the full width. And then we multiply with 0.75. Now you see it kind of almost matched. But the thing is, because we want every second one to go, this one needs to go up, this one needs to go down. Because it's going to be like up, down, up, down, up, down position. So we need to offset this a little bit. So we're going to offset it up, down in the Z position. And so once again, we have this, we can leave this one up here for now. And if we take the hexagon size down here, and then we need to multiply this one. Multiply, and the radius upwards is not the same value as the right, because as I showed you here is 1 unit, but here is not 1 unit. So what you do, if you take a square root and put 3 in that value, and if we multiply, now if we, let's see, so we need to put this value on every second particle. So we also need a particle ID here. And because we need to handle every second particle different, we do modulo, and we do that with 2. So whenever it's 2, I think it's 0. When it's 1 or 3, it's 1. So what we can do, if we multiply this value and plug it in here, now you see it kind of offset in the way that we want, almost. It's just too big. And the only thing we need to do now is to multiply this one again with 0.5. And now, you see we have this zigzag line like this. Perfect. So what we need to do now after 10 units, we just need to restart new lines. Sorry. So the way to do that, we just need to use this modulo thing but use it on 10. So X here, X is doing this direction, and this is the Z direction, so that's going up or down. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make sure that whenever this one reaches 10, it's going to start over at the beginning again. So the thing we do here is to get particle ID, and we do modulo, and then we take the grid size, and it's the grid size is 10. So whenever the particle ID becomes to like 11, it will start from the beginning again. So now if we plug it in here, now you see we only see 10 of them, but they are actually going up here, and then they start down here again, going up and start down. So now in the Z direction, we need to kind of offset them upwards. And we're gonna leave this part here. So we can just think about this is, yeah. What I'm trying to say is that we need this part again. So, but this after each 10 particle, it's increment or kind of offset. So here we take it again, and now because this is here we find this value here, so this kind of distance up to this surface here. So we take this part here, and then we just multiply, and then we just, and this part here is doing the zigzag work, and when this is done, we just add. So it's gonna add to the next row here, and if we plug this one in, it should work. And here too. Okay, something is wrong, and we're not gonna use a modulo here. We're gonna have a divide. Divide, of course, a divide. So if we plug this one in here, and then, so here we have it. So this is what I wanted, of course. So yeah. And also I want to change this because I want, now it's starting, if we look at this one here, the setup is starting from the center, and do we have the grid? Yeah, it's starting from the center here, but I want it to be centered. So this part should be over here under the player. So yeah, I'm just going to center the setup. So we are kind of done with this part here. Now we're just going to make an vector 3 because we're going to offset it. So if we take and add a vector here, then we can offset here. So let's do like this. Now you see it's kind of more aligned. And we just do some simple math for that. So if we do the hexagon size here, and we multiply it with 0.25. So this is the X. So the same we did here. But we're not going to use the multiply 2. So if we take this one here, and if we put it in the X slot here, and then we need a height too, so we're going to do the height, and we had a square root here. So if we just multiply this here, you could copy the other one though, of course. I'm just making it one more time. And you can drag the lines from here too, but I'm more like, want to keep it divided so it's a little bit easier to understand what's going on. And now if we add this here, well, we shouldn't add for the first thing, we should subtract. So if we just move this here, now you see it, now it's starting to go in the right direction, but it's only one hexagon. We need to multiply it with the grid size. So if we take the grid size, because yeah, we need a full length. Now you see we have the correct here, and so here we need to multiply with 0.5. And if we save, and here we have it. Almost. It's actually a little bit off here, because we need the grid size. We need actually, if we do subtract with 1 and save it, now you will see it's more aligned in the center. So you can see 1, 2, if we look on this one here, you can see now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's 5 up and 5 down. So we are in the center. So this is lovely. And now if we want, we can kind of have like even more hexagons. So if we do that. And here we have a lot of them. Perfect. So this is now we're getting somewhere, and I'm going to stop in this part here and continue in the next one. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next part.